Ladies and gentlemen of the living and the dead, my name is Ari Esther, and I am your friendly neighborhood Copernicometer who fears all things horror. Hello, hello, hello! Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday! Happy Wednesday. Let's see, January fan. I hope that your week has been going real well. It's going. It's going. Hope you're liking this game. I am. Definitely having a good time. Hello, Andre Likes Comment. What's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. How is everyone today? How's everyone today? It is hot today, guys. But it's supposed to be the last warm day. We're due for some thunderstorms tonight. And then it's gonna cool off. And I am ready for fall. I am ready for fall. Funny story, I love fall, but I do not like pumpkin spice. Does that make me a fake fall fan? Probably, but I do not care. I do not care. Anyway, we are back with Ace Attorney Investigations. We're back with Ace Attorney Investigations. Let me make sure this is working the way it's supposed to. Let's see. I'm only a little bit technologically challenged. It's just a tiny bit. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we're back in Ace Attorney. What have we done so far? We've solved the murder in our office. We've solved the murder on the plane. We've solved the kidnapping, and I was right. It was the sun. Because I have learned in fictional stories, if a millionaire's child gets kidnapped, and if a millionaire's child gets kidnapped and they get out of it alive, unscathed, get in on it. And now we're going back in time to Edgeworth's first prosecution case. And we were supposed to take over for Case Papa, but I think he's dead. Which is unfortunate. So that's where we're starting. Hello, One Brain Cell. Pumpkin spice overrated, in my opinion. I agree. It's funny because I like pumpkin, but I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't know why. I can't explain. Pumpkin spice doesn't take anything like spice pumpkin. You know? I would much prefer a, what's it called? I much prefer a pecan pie than a pumpkin spice. Pumpkin pie. Say, maybe controversial opinion. I don't know, but that's how I feel. So Case Papa and the accused in his case that we were supposed to take over are both dead. That's where we're at. Now we're in the hallway. Edgeworth is looking very young. Are we near the end area? Hello, Hime Joshi. We are. Let's see. So this game is a collection of both Ace Attorney games, and I think there's 5 cases in each game. So we are on the 4 out of 5 of the first set of games, but we're technically 4 out of 10 games. So we're not nearing the end. We're nearing halfway. And we're the start of this case. Not much has happened. All we've known so far is the trial that we were supposed to take over, and that Case Papa is dead. So we're about to meet these 2 characters. I have no idea who they are. I think this lady right here, I think she was the defense attorney in the case we were taking over. I don't know who this is though. But we rushed to the lobby to find out what's happened. So we're still pretty early, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. All right. Hello, Nintendo C. Hope you are well. We rushed over, but this guy is telling us to stay back. And Edgeworth is young, and he doesn't know how to handle this yet. So he's staying back. I'm assuming this dude is a detective, judging by the bullet holes and the very And the suspenders. No, he looks very, very noir. Noir. No one's allowed on the crime scene, period. But I'm special, I'm the MC. Just who does this oddball think he is? Edgeworth, I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of the two of you, you're kind of dressed more like an oddball. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. He looks like a normal detective in a detective drama. You look like you're from the 13th century. I'm just saying, don't take offense. Becoming quite the hotspot. Yeah, her earrings are scale. We're halfway. Yeah, we're almost halfway. We're one case away from halfway. But we're close to the end of the first game. Yeah, if that makes sense. Isn't she Mr. Rao's defense attorney? Mr. Rao's the original accused that is now also dead. It's Baby Gumshoe! No running the hallway. I do what I want. Yeah, who are you to tell me what to do? Never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Okay. Whom's you? And you are? What? It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs. He's got a point. Yeah, I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm a district prosecutor. Hello. Never seen a prosecutor as young as you? Because I'm the MC. Yeah. Can you tell me what's going on? Who are you? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Recently, I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. I see. More than a dream. It's what I was born to do. Sure, detective. Absolutely. Whatever you said. Maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first. This detective's entirely too excited to be the first thing. True. Okay, tell me about the crime scene. Yeah, can you tell me what you know about the incident? I don't tell you anything. I know. But it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know. It's a big word. It's a big word. Big word. You're a proud one for a youngster, aren't you? Anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge. His name is Detective Bad! That's so badass. They're just gonna have to ask him for all the details. Alright, as for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2. You were on guard detail. You notice anything strange while you were on duty? Freaked out when I heard a gunshot, then I kind of froze. Yeah, you're a detective and a measly gunshot scare you that much? Well, he's freshly made detective, you know? Maybe he's never heard a gun before. Yeah, I can hardly know what this would sound like at close range. And Detective Bad came running to the scene. Went to lobby number 2 together and both men were lying there dead. Is that everything? That's it? You sure? You sure, Gumshoe? I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of. Alright. We have the testimony written down. Hello, Lord Hector. I showed up for the best case in AA1. Well, AAI1. I forgot. That's the long game name. Well, I'm about to find out what happened, so let's do this. Does he know anything about KGA? No, he doesn't. Okay, so he doesn't know anything about that. Okay. Alright, there's nothing else to get from him. Let's talk to someone else now. He's of no use to us anymore. Detective Bad! He's so tall. Yeah, whom's you? Detective Tyrell Bad! Homicide! Wow, even the music changed because he's so cool. I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible, so how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial, plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here. Okay, let's talk to Detective Bad. Already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid. Wow, rude. I know he looks young, but he's at least 13, okay? Yeah, I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Yeah, so I really need to know what's up. Yeah, I can't back down here. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults? Someone's got an agenda. Huh? Huh? Oh. It's just a mirror? Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade and he had a gun in his hand. The other man, a Mr. Mackerel, was shot and killed. Like a mackerel. Already dead. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Oh, how convenient. Was there anyone else who went to defendant lobby number 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gunshoe. I see. He was in charge of guarding this place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other. Maybe. Seems a little too convenient, if I may say so. This guy's really testing my patience. Ah, he looks so cool. Look about a trial witness. Yeah, why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court? Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yatakara's case is also one of my assignments. Oh, here we go again. So you were called upon to comment on the Yatakara's characteristics in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatakarasu or not. Looks like you just might have a brain after on that head of yours. Why is everyone looking down on me? I'm not your son, Pops. But the fact you even thought that, Edgeworth, make you seem like you're 13. Let's see if he knows anything about KGA. No, he's gonna look at the mirror instead because he looks so cool. Yeah, he's got nothing to say. Alright, let's ask him about Gumshoe's testimony. Got nothing to say. He's gonna observe his really cool reflections some more. Alright. Nothing here. Let's talk to this lady with the fun earrings. You have a minute? You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. Especially at a time like this. Oh, she's got attitude. I apologize for not introducing myself before bothering you. I'm Isles Edgeworth. I was taking Mr. Faraday's place in the court. Never heard of you. I'm new. Mr. Faraday's substitutes the newbie. Yeah, I study under Vanfred Velkama. He's doing the web. Do not take me for some naive novice. She's so amused. Your student Von Karma should have. Yeah, I mean, I guess you should have known. Yeah, the clothes were kind of a dedicated giveaway. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts. Okay, Edgeworth. Thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay? I wasn't trying to do anything of that sort. Oh, she's having a good time. You know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. Callisto Yu. Where have I heard that? CCU. Okay, so she's the sister, mother, cousin of the victim in the KG8 incident. Oh, I see. Hello, Crunchy Tingy. Oh my God, it's Kevin. Kevin comes out on Wednesdays. Even though his name, I don't know if their name is actually Kevin. They have yet to tell me their name. Yeah. They're cute though. That's why I keep them around. But they only come out on Wednesdays. You're telling the truth and we're about to go head in court. I suppose so. I've heard much about you, Miss Yu. She's really amused by him. She's really amused by him. You're a regular Shakespeare! Let me grab this. Shakespeare? A Shakespeare. Did you say something funny? No, you just sound like you came out of a, Pride and Prejudice novel. Let's talk to Miss Yu about the crime scene. Yeah, do you know what's going on? You don't really know anything? Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? That's the case, and why are you here? She's gonna laugh at everything that I say. It's just that the way you speak is so tactless. The person I was going against in court until only a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like you go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened. Oh, that's a good point. Apologize for asking such an insensitive question. Fine, don't worry about it. Okay. We've spoken to everyone we need to speak to. The bailiff is here. That's you, Miss Yu. There's someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? A Kodopian embassy staff by the name of Manny Koshin. Oh, Manny Koshin! Okay, he's the one found not guilty of her sister's daughter cousin's death. Okay. More important things are happening, and now Detective Bad is on high alert. What's going on? Detective Bad and Miss Yu's moods just changed all of a sudden. Yeah, Manny Koshin. I'll be right there, says Miss Yu. Alright, she's going. It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu. Oh, he's here. Young judges for justice? It doesn't look very young to me. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Why are you here? I had no desire to ever see you again. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat? What do you want? Alright, they're going outside together, and then Von Karma is here. Bad. Von Karma, it's been a long time. Knew you would show up. Usually do when the Yatakara is involved, and I see this case is no exception. Yeah, do you know Detective Bad, sir? It's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of the crime. Only he'll get a promotion and move on. It's the crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective. True. Not wrong. It's not like I don't know that. Moving on though, Bat. The man that I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG8 incident? We were right, Edgeworth! We were right. What that man doing wandering around here? Faraday, I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile! Don't speak ill of the dead, Manfred! The proof is given 3 minutes. I'm sure you would have. Yeah, I've said enough for now. We don't speak ill of the dead, it's bad taste. Yeah, it's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed. Very well, back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation.
Objection!
Francisca! Oh, she's so cute! She's so cute! Oh, she's so cute, is she, baby? Papa, how can you place him in charge? Yeah, what are you doing here, Francisca? What do you want? You shouldn't be here. You look like you're 10. I'm here for summer vacation. What else? Go ride a horse or something. She's so cute. Franziska von Karma. So she's here on vacation from Germany. She's the daughter of Manfred von Karma and a student of his who's also junior to me. Well, the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it. Did she just read your mind, Edgeworth? You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you? Isn't she like 10? How is she gonna sit the bar exam? You're able to pass and I have absolutely no trouble at all. I never allow myself to lose to you. Never. She. Yeah, why do you have to be this competitive? Girl, I'm just trying to live my life. Anyway, Papa? Are you really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover the case? I mean, yeah? Edgeworth was supposed to be the substitute prosecutor. Of course he's gonna, you know. Yeah, why do you ask? Close to becoming a prosecutor myself, but you're not a prosecutor! Yeah, you can't try a case! 100% confident I can do a better job than him? But you're still not a prosecutor! You can just do the what? It's like Franziska. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad? Yeah? These two will be conducting the investigation. Huh? They wanted me to let both those kids on loose on the crime scene? It's the perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills. You're gonna let a child see a dead body? Crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in. I'm the one with authority over this crime scene, Dad. And I will not tolerate complaining. I'm pretty sure some part of this is illegal right now. There's gotta be something that's happening right now that's very, very illegal. Yes. I leave this case to the two of you. Yes, sir? Go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from the both of you. Do not disappoint me. I feel like something very illegal is happening right now. What do you want, Franziska? It's been quite some time. So it'll be the perfect chance for us to what? See which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name. Yeah, would it kill you to at least say hello? This is very rude for a young lady. Long time no see! Very good. Just became a prosecutor first and you can get the brow. I'm simply older than you, Franziska. Calm down. She hasn't changed a bit. What? As I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Karma name. I've been reduced to a babysitter. Sorry, Detective Bad. Damn, his music is so cool. Looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. It's just like him, he never fails. Semicolon! Edgeworth, please! And I appreciate it if you could quickly run me through the facts to take a pad. Better off checking things out on your own? Very well, I shall. Seems like getting help from Detective Bell would be a most arduous task. September 10th, 4:15 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. It's the only real explanation that they killed each other simultaneously. Why? You should listen to someone until they're finished talking. I'm busy, Franziska! Yeah, what are you talking about? Only say it once more time? What? This is a competition to see who's truly worthy of the Von Karma name. I'm just trying to solve a crime here, girl! Person that figures out the truth first wins. Okay. So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name? Zach, I don't hear that became a prosecutor before me. Why are you so hung about that, girl? You obviously care! You obviously care! That's why you keep bringing it up! Yeah, whatever makes you happy. I take that as you accepting my challenge. Once again, whatever makes you happy. What a gentleman, Edgeworth. Okay, let's begin the investigation. I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional I am. I think people would prefer efficiently and instead of prettily, but you know, you do you, girl. Competing to discover the truth behind a crime. See how delightfully childish. My thoughts exactly, Edgeworth. I think he's also talking to you. Yeah, kids, including you, Francisca. I'll do what I please, and I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Yeah. Detective Bad is in charge here. And then Gumshoe, you're gonna watch over the two. Yes, sir, Detective Bad, sir. Now do what I say from now on, kids, okay? Yeah, don't get in our way, Scuff Ruffy. Feel the bite of Francisca's whip if you do. Damn, he's already scared. Alright, let's get investigating. Alright, let's go. Yeah, my name's also Edgeworth, bro. Yeah, if you call me prosecutor boy one more time, it'll be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary. And what would you do with my salary if you saw how much it was? Yeah, that's up to you now, isn't it? Alright, he's so naive. Alright, let's begin our investigation. Detective Bad is busy. We're gonna look around. Detective Bad, may I have a word with you? It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as a murder weapon. That leads us to our first question of the investigation. Where did the men acquire the weapon? Gun was inside of Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Kodopian embassy staff member. But I never heard anything about the knife. Mr. Rell was being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him from the start as well. And a piece of evidence had yet to be presented? But then why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? What if possibly Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence? But then brought it out and tagged Mr. Rao with it. Maybe you've got a brain in there after all. Excuse me, I'm smart. Most of the time. Looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rao first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this. Not yet, I feel that it's much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I agree! Okay, let's take a look to see what the evidence say. What is this? What is it, Gumshoe? What is it? Why are you so excited? My TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal. Yeah, then perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized TV like this one. Things fused. Oh! Yeah! What's going on? Yeah, don't touch it. You'll get your fingerprints all over it. Didn't touch it. Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. Exactly. Exactly, Detective Bad. Alright, so... TV has been left on. I didn't touch anything. Oh, why is it just playing white noise? It's just on for no reason. Interesting. Alright, what is this? A window is open. And there's a fresh, flowery scent in the air. Flowers in the garden down there are so gross and ghastly. Yeah, okay, so that's not useful. There's no way someone escaped through this window. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the 3rd floor. Yeah, there are iron bars on the windows. Yeah, there are iron bars on the windows. Love everything when they were designing this courthouse. Very nice. Okay. Let's take a look at the dead bodies. Looks like Mr. Faraday's fell on top of Mr. Rell. First glance, it seems like they must have killed each other, however. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? What is it? My detective instinct just hit me real hard. About what? It was Mr. Rell that fell first. Yes. Yeah, I think it's quite obvious. Suppose we won't know how much more than that. We won't know much more than that until after exam the bodies. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, let's look at Mr. Faraday's body. How ironic it is for him to lose his life in the courthouse. I don't know what to say. I can't believe this happened while I was on watch, pal. Yeah, can we focus on the investigation? Oh yeah, get back to work. Find out the cause of his murder. Alright, that's Mr. Faraday. It's Mr. Rell. First he killed a Cadovian embassy staff member and then he was murdered himself. Okay, what makes you say that? He's been hauled into the precinct several times for theft and assault. Yeah, he's definitely the type to have committed a murder or two. Did admit to killing Mr. Dateman. Me and my detective intuition was telling me something. What? What? It's a special feeling that. Oh no, we don't have time for this. Yeah, let's keep going. I have a crime scene to investigate. Let's talk about the gun. So Mr. Faraday died while holding the gun in his right hand. So he shot Mr. Brown and then fell on top of him while scooping onto the gun. That is strange. Why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun? I don't think that's what you should be focusing on, Gumshoe. It's not exactly rocket science. Edgeworth knows how to pull a trigger too. Stop abusing semicolons, Edgeworth! Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one. You hope you never have to fire a gun either, pal. Gumshoe or detective. Okay. It appears that the police's screening procedures needs a thorough review. I agree. Alright, so let's jot down some notes. The handgun was from Faraday's evidence from the embassy staff killing case was found in his hand. Okay, so we have that. What are these? Or the plastic bags scattered around. Those bags are for keeping evidence. Okay, so these are evidence bags. Okay. Could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Why does this one have blood on it? What's special about this one? Pen is all black down here. I wonder what it could be. If you look closely, this blotching pattern resembles an ink stain. Okay, so there's some ink stain on Mr. Faraday's left hand. Wait, does that mean he's left-handed? Does that mean he's left-handed? Why is he holding the gun in his right hand? Oh, the plot thickens! So Mr. Rell died with the knife in his hand. There's some blood stuck on it. He must have used this as a weapon. No doubt about it. Was Mr. Faraday carrying this on his person? Should he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with a very different intention in mind? I should jot some notes down. Okay. Mr. Rell's cause of death was from being shot, correct? That's what we think, but it's hard to tell with him lying face down. Okay. Death is bad enough. It's truly lamentable that someone would try to hide the shoe. You sure they were trying to hide something? Yes. Can't confirm Mr. Rell's cause of death with his body position. Detective Bat, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible. Yeah, I believe an examination of the body is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you? Labby, please move the body. Thank you. Oh, he's not moving it? Of course not. Oh, they're still taking photos? Okay, so they don't want us to... Oh, he wants Detective Gumshoe to turn the body over. Yeah, do not get emotionally involved. Yeah, you're a Detective Gumshoe. Alright, let's take a look at the bodies. I'm very curious about this. What you saying? Wait. You're saying after he stabbed him in the heart, he was able to shoot him in the heart? That doesn't sound right. Shot in the chest. Takes some guts to fire the gun in the courthouse. Are there any burn marks on his clothes? That must mean... So he wasn't shot at point blank. He wasn't shot point blank. Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away. Okay, so we have that information. Yeah, apparently this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. That's a big word. Let's take a look at the... okay. Looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rell is holding. Stomach started to hurt from just thinking about being stabbed. Maybe you shouldn't be a detective then. There's a pen in his pocket. It's a fountain pen. But then especially fine nib. So he has to be left-handed. You do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. Alright, let's take a look at the stab wound. There's a knife wound in his chest here. I wonder if the wound matches the knife Mr. Rell is. The lab people are verifying it now, and they're gonna make it quick. One could deduce that the knife Mr. Rell is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. Okay. Hello, Maximilian Galactica! Thank you for the follow! Welcome! Welcome! I know that reference. Okay, first Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. And he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. And the two men fell together where they stood. That is the theory. I don't think so. There's something really wrong about it. Yeah. He would have shot him at point blank, and that doesn't make any sense. Crime scene notes jotted down my organizer. Okay. The firm grasp on what happened here. Quite the chipper lady. Only sometimes. Hope you have a good day. Hope you had a good performance. What's this? Decorated plant's foliage is quite nice. Oh, we're talking about the plant? It's over here. So we talked about the evidence bag. That doesn't really add anything. Okay. I've already checked it. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. I'm gonna just kind of come out of it. What's over here? We have more stuff. Some plastic bags stacked upon the table. There's a tea set, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of disturbance. The table's all neat and tidy, so they couldn't have really fought. They're super quiet in their scuffle. Didn't hear anything from the hallway. Maybe the plastic bags scattered on the floor are throwing us off. What's this? Oh, we already looked at it. Let's look at the bag. Okay, so here is the bag that I'm supposing is Mr. Faraday. Probably the trial evidence I was supposed to collect from him. Better not touch it. I'll leave prints on it. You just not pay attention to anything you do. Okay, so we can't really look inside the bag. Okay, let's see if Mr. Bat has anything else to tell us. Faraday and Ra, it looks like they killed each other to me. Although, there are a few things that just don't seem right. I agree. He's not gonna tell us. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to figure it out. Okay. Alright. See if Francisca has anything to say. She probably just wants to berate me. Did you figure something out? It's competition. Alright. So she doesn't want to talk to us. She doesn't want to collaborate. Alright, let's do some logic. I think the victim is left-handed. I'm gonna connect the fountain pen with the ink stain. Splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen. Let's ask Lab Guy! Lab Guy! Hello! I confirm that the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from his fountain pen. Thank you, Labby! Always wanted to say that it was just one time in my life. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, I'm glad that you fulfilled something. Mr. Faraday wrote with his fountain pen in his left hand. I think it's fair to assume he was left-handed. Here's that Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well. Alright, so we have that information. I'm also curious about the plastic bag and the table being neat and tidy. It feels like they contradict each other. There's a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table, and yet a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely that the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle. In which case, might there not be another explanation as to how they got here? Another reason? Yeah, I believe it's possible that the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow. Please get that blood away from me! Detective Gumshoe! Whose blood is on this bag? Alright, Lappy! Lappy, you're up! It's Mr. Faraday's blood. And the technicians say they didn't find anything else on or in the bag either. It appears that this bag is a very important piece of evidence. Okay. There's Mr. Faraday's blood on it. Interesting. How did it get there? There's not much left to investigate. They really did kill each other. You know, I think not. Yeah, we can't conclude that quite yet. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there's actually a contradiction that shows there's another possibility. Yes. Alright, let's do the thing where we show, not tell. It's interesting that he's holding the gun in his right hand. Mr. Faraday is left-handed. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I speak of. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he's left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that a left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene. Okay, we're exaggerating a bit, Edgeworth. We're exaggerating a bit. How could something like that happen? The facts add up to one conclusion. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died. Plastic bags scattered on the floor and gun in the wrong hand. He sensed the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. Dramatic, aren't we, Edgeworth? September 10th, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Here's the autopsy report. Let's take a look-see. It is probable that Mr. Rao survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. And how did he shoot him after the fact? MC notes updated in my organizer. So it looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case. Are you sure we know everything? Our friend Ziska is sure that she knows what happened, saying the incident began when Mr. Faraday attempted to get his revenge. He went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. The defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. Okay. Oh, very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for doubt. Alright. You really believe that to be the truth? Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you know? Because I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. Disagree with my argument, then prove me wrong. If there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Alright, here we go. See what Franziska has to say. She said Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous while Mr. Rao survived for a short time. From this, it's obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rao, and Mr. Rao, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case. First, Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. If he attacked first, he would have to shoot the other person at point blank in order for the other person to steal his knife. Alright, let's start with some pressing. Let's start with some pressing. Okay, let's press the statement about Mr. Faraday's death is instantaneous.
Hold it!
Okay. The murder report states that he died instantaneously of shock. Okay, it's been documented. Alright. This is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Red. Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rao before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement? She's saying, basically, because he died instantaneously, that he had to have attacked first. Okay. Let's press the statement about Mr. Rao while being on the brink of death stole Mr. Faraday's knife.
Hold
it! Stole the wrought knife from Mr. Faraday. Mr. Rao became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled, and in the end, Mr. Rao was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Okay. Yeah, we're not. We're just trying to get the facts straight. The struggle and Mr. Rao used the loss of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday.
Hold it!
All of his remaining strength to the knife and defend himself. One can easily see that they have a violent struggle. The room is very clean, though. All the plastic bags on the floor in this room are scattered there due to the fight. Okay. Saying facts of the case. Yeah, claiming speculation is facts already. Don't you feel that evidence is a bit lacking? Find all the evidence you need just by looking around this room. Mr. Faraday collapsed on top of Mr. Rao. In addition, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, making a counterattack impossible. Furthermore, the room is a total mess from their fight. Total mess? I wouldn't call it that. The plants are knocked over. Everything here seems to support her theory. I see. There's something strange about Francisca's theory. That. Hi. This Faraday's blood on it. And then there's actually anything to be found. Okay. Discovered immediately after gunshot was heard. Faraday died of a chest. The shot of death wasn't the name. He died of a bullet wound. There's no gunpowder, so she was shot for a few yards away. Okay. Okay, so guess what we have to dispute is they struggle. Don't know if this is right. Right. Well, let's present the plastic bag. No, this is wrong. I'm trying to understand the logic. Okay, so she's saying... counterattack. Discovery immediately after the gunshot is heard. That of the shock of the stabbing caused instantaneous death. There's no gunpowder suggesting it was shot from a few yards away. So they couldn't have struggled.
Objection!
No, that's wrong also. Okay, they struggle and Mr. Rao used the loss of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday. I know this is where the contradiction is, but not quite sure exactly. Had a violent struggle. Nothing compared to what my riding crop can do. Down in Rao's hand. Bullet kill Rao on a few hours away. Okay, hang on. Maybe I'm supposed to present Gumshoe's statement that there was no struggle.
Objection!
Okay, I got it! The two men were fighting. Their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gunshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing. There's too much faith in that detective's testimony. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rao get his hand on the knife? Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It is not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rao stole a chance and took it out at some point. So what you're saying is Mr. Rao took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rao after being stabbed. But that's not possible either. That's not possible either. Yeah, that doesn't add up. Yeah, Mr. Faraday couldn't have shot Mr. Rao after being stabbed because he was already dead. According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. He could not possibly fire the gun after. But of course, the report is correct and there's only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Rao attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rao. Therefore, Mr. Rao must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot, and they both died. No, or someone else killed them both. You're getting your opponent's idea in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francisca. But we can't exclude the possibility someone killed both of them. How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers to you. Francisca, you've still got ways to go. Oh, she's mad! Saying there's a flaw in my logic? Mr. Faraday died instantly. And the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. It's the order the bodies fell. Let me get this straight. What you're arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rao. Then the wounded Mr. Rao found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot. Mr. Rao died thereafter. That's the case, and how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled. Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rao's. Therefore, Mr. Rao must have died before Mr. Faraday. It is strange no matter which angle you approach it from. Which means that there's the real mystery behind this scene. Alright, she's coming back! She's coming back! Francisca's coming back! She's got more! Simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. Okay, let's see what she has to say. See what she has to say the second time. It's just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rao's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. Yes, it does. Okay, doesn't make any sense, but let's press a little bit and see what's going on. Yeah, it was. She's saying it's just chance. So let's take a look at that statement.
Objection!
Oh, she's not taking. Yeah, we're just talking about how, you know, one fell on top of the other. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Hold on if you hold on to that whip of yours, okay? Damn. Spicy. Okay. We might have to endure a few whips. But we do have to press everything.
Hold it!
So she's going with the chance theory, which doesn't make any sense. Which indicates they attack each other at the same time.
Hold it!
Okay. Yeah, what do you mean by they attack each other at the same time? Assume Mr. Faraday had the two different weapons in his hand. He made to attack Mr. Rao while holding both the knife and the revolver. And after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rao grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. So you're implying they're close to each other at time of death? That contradicts the fact that there was no burn around the bullet wound. Oh, I have a bot. Bot, I'm busy arguing with Francisca. Go away. Alright, let's keep going. Close range. So she's saying he was shot at close range, which is not possible. Okay. Alright. So. Saying they attacked each other at close range, which contradicts the evidence that the bullet that killed Ray was fired from a few yards away.
Objection!
Condescending finger wag! So you believe they kill each other at close range, but that's impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rao's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rao and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. This is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled up on top of each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rao moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation. I mean, someone else killed them both. Who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill? Neither. The person that attacked first with murderous intent, that would be neither men. They were killed by a third party. Here in this room, contradiction appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. And thus, it can only be one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. The third person is the real culprit. What is it? Is one thing you're missing? Evidence, correct? Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime? Of course. The third person was truly here. That fact resolved the glaring contradiction. Proof that this has opened a setup made to look like they killed each other. I'll present it and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. Okay. I'm guessing Edgeworth is talking about the fact that Mr. Faraday is left-handed. I presented the wrong evidence. I'm not sure what he's talking about now. Maybe it's the plastic bag? Maybe I'm... Oh, that doesn't make sense. Okay, it's not the pen. Maybe we would have to talk about the gun in his right hand, even though he's left-handed. Let's present the gun. Yeah, the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. These two items point to the presence of a third person. Recall Detective Gunshoe's testimony. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground, meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Condescending finger wag. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when the knife is used on a person. The culprit held a knife with a plastic bag around it. They could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the knife. Then by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. All right. And then Mr. Bad, Detective Bad finally chimes in that we still got a long way to go in this investigation. Yeah.
Objection!
All right. Who's that? Miss Yu is here. Okay. Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. What did you do, Gumshoe? Yeah, what's the meaning of this? What's going on? That detective claims he was there standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Alright, let's hear it. The judge is going to explain. I saw with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. Huh? Okay. Why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie? Gumshoe, did you leave? Did you kill Faraday? Okay, she's saying he didn't. Okay, I believe him. It appears that the one who set up this whole crime scene is the detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. Looks like your perfect logic just come tumbling down. I mean, that's not important. I don't think he left the hallway. This statement really a lie. Detective Gumshoe and now the suspect in the murder of the two men. You haven't lied to anyone. It really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time. Detective Bad, I ask that you please not act without my permission. After all, I'm the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't tell you know what's going on, but I do. Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all. Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. What's that? State of the hallway. Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in the hallway at any time, correct? Oh, of course not? Sus? You're being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me? Can't go around saying stuff like that. Oh, suspicious! And no evidence at this point. And we just got whipped by Franziska. I should ask about something else. Motive for the murders. Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime. Motive, huh? Gumshoe, got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir, not me. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir. Is that a fact? You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe? Okay. The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know. If you want a motive, I have one for you. Okay, spit it out. Alright. Alright, you just made her very happy. Okay. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. Alright, seems like we have unlocked an argument with Callisto about Gumshoe's motive. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective getting chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled at the salary cut for you, nitwit. Brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. How's that for the perfect explanation? No matter how mad guy could never hold a grudge. Okay. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed per se, but there are some gaps in her logic that needs to be filled in. This used perfect explanation may not be so perfect after all. Alright! Let's quiz her on the motive. Alright, let's press. It's been a week, but you know, let's talk about it. You and Detective Gumshoe are acquaintances? No way, only met him in person today. And how did you know about Detective Gumshoe? I've seen him around before. Okay. Let's talk about the statement that he was being chewed out by Faraday. You know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. There he was, totally beat red in the face. And the offending detective just stood there pale as a ghost. Okay. Callisto's having a good time. She's definitely having a good time. Quite the scene with the detective. Let's see about the salary cut. Okay, she was having a good time. It was very enjoyable for her. So when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I need to steer clear of him. Callisto's really having a good time with this. Alright, she's just insulting Gumshoe at this point. Alright, let's keep going. Brandy tells you something against calorie cut. That's reason enough for a
Hold it!
Got a new detective salary right off the bat like that. I'm really familiar with the way you guys relate, but is that a common practice? I did threaten to do that earlier. I did. It's only natural to cut a worthless detective's salary down to their actual worth, Francisca! Well, I guess they really shouldn't cut people's pay. Detective Bad, don't tell me Mr. Montgomery cut your salary earlier. Alright, let's press the perfect explanation. It's not to your liking. Fortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards. Okay, what should we do? Should I raise an objection? What if I raise an objection? What happens? Friday's a Gumshoe relation on Mr. Rell. Motive for killing Mr. Rell. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rell? Like I would know? So, wait, if there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred, wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Or should we look into that ourselves? In that case, I have absolutely no idea. She must know something. Can you please don't glare at me like that? Makes me laugh. You laugh at everything though, Callisto! What do you mean? Anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. She's saying he killed the other persons to silence them. Alright. Now for part 2. That's for part 2. Yeah, I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second. Just have to explain it to you kids. Alright, here we go! Motive to kill the men! There's no one out there with the motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao. Or you really have to establish that someone had a grudge against one of the 2 men. Mr. Rao, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity instead of to look like they had killed each other. Y'all are giving Gumshoe way too much credit. Yeah, I don't think there's no one out there with a grudge against those 2. How about Manny Koshin? Manny Koshin would have a grudge against both of them. Oh, the Yatagarasu would have a grudge against the both of them, I suppose. Guess we can say the Yatagarasu would have a... But anyway, involving an embassy staff member and the 2 men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them? Alright, let's press all the statements and then go from there. Like we always do, because that's just how the game is played. Okay, so she's saying that no one out there with the motive to kill both of them. Yeah, so there's no one else who might have a grudge against both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao, but I feel like there is. I suppose no one is a bit of a stretch, but I'm pretty sure no one like that was here in this courthouse today. Just saw. Okay, so we're talking about Manny. Really have to establish that someone had a grudge against one of the men.
Hold it!
Someone with a grudge against one of the men. In that case, aren't there plenty of other people who fit the bill? Sure, after all, who doesn't garner scorn from another simply by being alive? But the only one who held a grudge and acted upon it by killing was Detective Gumshoe. Hi. Furthermore... Okay, let's press the statement about Mr. Rao being a witness. Saying that he was basically silenced. Aren't you glad you managed to avoid the same fate, Your Honor? Why, if you had been the one to witness the blood-covered detective? What? Now she's just scaring him! Yeah, I could never do something as terrible as that, Your Honor. There's no need for even a second of deliberation. I will hand down my verdict.
Objection!
Excuse me, Your Honor! We're not in a court right now. Yes. Yes. Calm down, Your Honor. Okay. Alright. Sticking with her story. Let's press the statement about, you know, the fact that Mr. Rao was killed out of...
Hold it!
See what she has to say. Gunshoe's saying he didn't do it. Callisto's like, okay. Sorry, can't take you seriously. Can't even begin to think of ways to set up the crime scene? That I believe. Suppose you do like the necessary tactical mind required to do such a thing? Please. Wait, what? Gumshoe, I think this proves one thing about Detective. He has a mental acuity of what? Okay, so let's talk about Manny Koshin, I suppose. Present Manny. Alright, I can't exactly present him, so we're gonna present the KG8 incident. By raising an objection! Monsieur, I believe there's someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? She's getting serious. What do you mean? We're looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao. I can think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was the suspect in the original KG8 incident and a member of the Kodokian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Koshi. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Kodokian embassy staff, Mr. Burrell, and the man who is the lead prosecutor of the KG8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Kojin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason. Alright. Maybe I'm not such a bad guy after all. Trust me, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't do it for you, but you're welcome. You're still a suspect. Perfect evidence, the perfect testimony. These are the only things I wish to hold. But I did do it. Well, guess we'll find out then. You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Koshin for me. Remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of us leak out. Detective Bed has entered the chat! We'd be wasting our time with Detective Koshin? And why is that? Koshin was up in the viewing gallery watching the trial, or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. And the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe. Suppose so. I really was in the hallway the whole time. I never took a single step into this room. Are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? Okay, well, he's obviously lying about the fact that no one did. My incredibly foolish detective, standing right in front of the crime scene all by himself. I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crime. If that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up "I spaced out while on duty" or the like. Alright, they're taking Gumshoe away. They're taking Gumshoe away. Francisca's gonna go report it to Papa. And then the judge is leaving. Suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs. Nah, Callisto. There's something I'd like to speak with you about, Miss Yu. Okay. To have set these two men up and make it look like they killed each other. There's one thing I cannot forgive is the desecration of the dead. Now let's talk to Callisto. Let's talk to her about the KG8 incident. The current case of the murdered Kodokian embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types. And what about it? I'd like you to tell me everything you know about the original KG8 incident. I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond that was reported in the papers. Yeah, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG8 incident. Oh, false accusations? Miss you, I never make false accusations. I never make false accusations. Okay. Just gonna have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. Let's show her the overview. Believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG8 incident. If I was your proof, very well then why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG8 incident? Through the victim! Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. You would know that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you're not related to the case? And she's laughing again! She's laughing again. Sorry, but we're not related. Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but. Alright. It's going off again. Come on, Callisto, tell me the truth. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister, CCU. She was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Koshin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to look out the rest of his cushy life completely carefree. Or because of a lack of evidence. Now, I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist. Really? I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Koshin's trial was over. Apparently, a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence. The evidence that we tamper with? Isn't it just like a criminal do something like that? A smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Koshin out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along. How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation? I don't really know, which is why I wanted to become the lead defense on this case that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much. You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring? Miss Yu doesn't know what to think. Okay, let's talk about Manny Koshin. Why did Mr. Koshin want to meet you earlier? Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he arrived. I figured he should have said hi and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. Damn! What a dick! I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face. The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. But it's just as Mr. Bat said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around, people in the gallery claimed that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, this is about all I know. Sorry. Guess I wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life. Oh, Edgeworth is such a gentleman! You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress. Yeah, there's no need to worry, Miss Yu. I work in my own way and I'll catch the criminal in my own way as well. You'll see. Well, at least she's getting a couple of good laughs out of this. You know, laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals of this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter. There you go, making that face again. Oh, I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up. Alright, bye, Callisto! Alright, Edgeworth is deep in thought. KG8 incident and this murder investigation. It is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus that Detective Gumshoe. Obvious he's lying even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name or my name isn't Mouse Edgeworth. Okay! Alright, to be continued. Hello, Keiichi, how are you? How's it going? Going on? Just completed another portion of Ace Attorney Investigation. Alright, let's save and keep going. Alright, we're back in the lobby. September 10th, 4:45 p.m. District Court 3rd floor lobby. sir. What is to become of the trial to the Cadopian embassy staff member's murder? Since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here prematurely. Let's see. So I have to wait just a bit longer for the big debut. I suppose it can't be helped. Evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Okay, good. I want to look at the evidence. What do you think about the murder of the Cadopian embassy staff member and the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao? What an outrageous circus has all become. All right, Mom Karma. Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivety. An outrageous circus, right? All right, go aware of this topic. I will have you assigned to a different case. And then Francisca's asking Von Karma to go see her debut, and he said he'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue in my investigation. We know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was you who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of this. Yes, the perfect proof. Damn, we're being yelled at. What do we do? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? He doesn't know! Miles and I are competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate real crime scenes are a really rare opportunity. Oh, Francisca's giving it all to convince him to let us investigate. It's going. I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about the Danganronpa 2 remake. Everyone keeps talking to me about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's all anyone ever wants to talk to me about. And I don't want to talk about it. But yes, I know it exists. I have Twitter. You want to investigate this case that much and do as you wish. You're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. Make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor. Oh, thank you. It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. Oh, how sinister and foreboding. I'm returning home now. Okay, bye! See to it I'm not disturbed safe for the results of your competition. Yes, sir! Alright, here we go. Francisco. Thank you. She just wants to win! She just wants to win. Means that the competition is still on. Alright, let's keep going. Gonna let you go off so easily. Let's see how well you fare on the investigation here. Alright, I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. Alright. Who should we start with? Who are you? Seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much. Oh, the watermelon guy! Get the officer description of the water guzzler later. Seems to have cried the grunt. Sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. Alright. So I don't blame you for not talking about it. I will address it at a later time. I think it's I don't want to be talking about Danganronpa all the time on streams that are not related to the game, you know? The game is my personal favorite from the Ace Attorney series. It's been really good so far. It's been really good so far. I've enjoyed all the cases. Excited to solve this one too. Alright, what's this guy doing? Oh, he's taking a nap. Francisca's gonna probably get this guy fired. Who are you? Are you okay, sir? He's standing here for forever, and I really need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, the nearest one's not that far. It's a short way down the hall beyond those doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen while I'm gone. So I'm going to hold it. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe could be a positive influence on the force after all. Okay, what do you have to say? This thing is so incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed. Okay. Senses per quality of this model. Okay. I wonder what it is about this model. Some guy was talking about it earlier, about the secret of it. Let's take a look at it. I heard that it costs as much to make that as it costs to build a courthouse. What's the point of making such an expensive model? Yeah, I wonder why. Okay, so I'm not gonna figure out the secret to the model. Alright, talk to Detective Gumshoe. Well, he doesn't want to talk. Yeah, calm down, okay, buddy? Okay, so nothing here. See what's up with Callisto. Yes, it's me. That's Francisca. That's Francisca. Francisca Monkarma. About to become the successor to the family name. Yes, that means for now you're still just another kid. Callisto, stop! Stop! You're gonna make her mad. Yeah, why are you whipping Edgeworth? Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. There's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I have a few more questions for you. A few more questions for you. Callisto is so amused by everything that I almost think that she doesn't actually find anything funny. Okay. Feel much better now? What does he want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in the defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. By we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. Here with Detective Bad. Had a little something to discuss, that's all. Let's see. So I take it that you're acquaintances with Detective Bad. He was the detective in charge of the KG8 incident. I see. Okay, he was the one who was supposed to protect my sister Cece. But that didn't turn out well, did it? Okay. Victim of that case, Cece was my little sister. Okay. So what we're saying is Callisto and Detective Bad are also related. Speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I say they met up just about every single time the Yatagata made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. You mentioned that he's in charge of the Yatagata's investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagata's in more detail. Hi. So what we're saying is, if they didn't kill each other, and I don't think Detective Gumshoe is the murderer, both Detective Bad and Callisto are also potential suspects. Okay. Let's talk about the time of the murder. Claim that at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. Don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do, but Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening. He dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. What did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting, I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murder occurred, so I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. Okay. under the assumption they died when the gunshot went off. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Mr. Mackerel. When your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off the evidence from KGA, I began to ask Mr. Rao all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Wait, so we know? So Kay calls herself the Yatagarasu now. So maybe Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu. So how did Mr. Rao find out? Turns out Mr. Rao was not the Yatagarasu, he had just made that up. Mr. Rao's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras, but there is no footage of him sneaking into the Kodobian embassy itself. You mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu, and that he was just another cold-blooded killer, and you were ready to defend him? She's a defense attorney, Francisca, that's how they work. Okay. Okay, now we're just insulting defense lawyers. And now Callisto thinks it's funny. Remember when I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on a hunt for leads regarding the KGA incident. But that I have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. She's just here for clues. It doesn't mean she condone what he does. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rao was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. Yeah. Edgeworth is a gentleman, so he's apologizing. Miss Yu, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. I don't really know much about the character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money. Alright. Not very funny or witty, are you, Miss Von Karma? And she whips us for that comment. Alright, well, she's having a good time. So in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I've never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. They're a vigilante who steals such info and then make it public for all to see. I see. Suppose you could have put it that way. Either way, I get a lot more clients now, thanks to that. Okay. Suppose I've gotten all I can out of this view. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe. Alright, let's see what Gumshoe has to say. So I don't think he's the killer. He's too dumb. Alright, Detective Gumshoe. Just got whipped by Francisca again. Didn't do it. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't. Alright. Yeah, we only care about evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over and should we find out that you're the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. But if you're not guilty, then you're not worried, right? After you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Let's ask him about his motive for murder. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bell the same thing myself. Turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective, I reported in at my usual post of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to criminal affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. That's it! Oh, so how? I'm in school every year. I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. Pathetic for the detective be compared to a mere school child. Let's talk about your time during recess. There's something sus going on over there, and I need you to tell me what's going on. Claimed to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so, and from whom? Earlier around 3:20 and from Detective Bad. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yes, something did happen. Wow, that's mean, Francisca. It's mean, Francisca. You're kicking a man while he's down. So it's Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard. Okay. What else you got for me? Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Because I know you're hiding something. I know you're hiding something from me. What have you got on you? There's nothing of any particular value here. My handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Badge. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Yeah, show it to us already. Francisco won't forgive you if you don't. Annual bonus check for $5 total, except there's no check. It's a $5? That's it? That's all you got for your annual bonus? My first bonus is a brand new detective. I just got in and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did. You know? The envelope is really special to me. Now give it back. Don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you. Okay, so he had exactly $5 on him at the time. Alright, officers are taking him away for interrogation now. So now we need to go investigate the hallway. Oh, were we confirming something with Detective Gumshoe? What is it? What is it? What is it? What are we doing, Edgeworth? Alright. Let's confirm whether or not his testimony about whether the crime occurred is true. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. Alright. And you're also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either? Is that also correct? Okay, that part is definitely not true. So someone came through. Did you realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for you? It's true, I didn't see anyone go through the hallway and I didn't hear anything else. That the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine. Alright, I know for a fact he's lying about no one coming into the hallway. The question is, why is he lying about it? And why is it such a big deal? Yeah, why would he do so given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of defendant lobby is in order. Alright, let's go. And here comes Baby K. How could you not have noticed that coming? Why did you do anything, Francisca? Wasn't that the child changed money for earlier? Oh, Baby K, so cute! Sometimes he's so cruel. It's like she dropped something. Swiss roll dropped by the mysterious young girl says courthouse special on it. Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead. Please, some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. Alright. Believe I've asked all that I need to of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge, we have to confirm who is correct. The judge or that scruff? I Suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next. Suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisca? Alright, September 10th, District Court Hallway. How much is a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll is $6. Damn! $6 for a Swiss roll? That's so expensive. That's crazy. Why is Swiss roll $6? Damn. Did you see anything else? Okay, the judge didn't see anything else. Thanks for your cooperation. Nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now, asking if I have any other questions. Alright. The judge has to go, and in we walk. Yes, that's me. I'm the new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended. My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And Francisca is also introducing herself. The judge bit his tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Apparently somebody doesn't feel them worthy of a proper title. Very well, then I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now about your earlier testimony. I have some questions about it, if you don't mind. Oh, thank you. It's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. Oh, thank you. Very kind. Appreciate your cooperation. Alright, now the first thing I would need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. So we're gonna begin our investigation. Let's start by talking to the judge. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Now, I don't suspect you. I just need to know where you are. You continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Yes. I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. Alright, tell me more about the time of the murder, Judge. Your Honor, tell me more. How should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. Alright, so you were the restroom. Go take a look through the window at the end of this hall. You'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. I see. When I was going to the restroom, that detective Gumshoe, well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something. But he can't afford anything. Everything's over $5. However, and this I couldn't believe when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. I see. It was really suspicious. That's when I finally honed Judge's intuition, said, alright. Until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. I think the judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. Oh, I'm gonna find out from his honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, sir! Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Alright, he's off like a jolly Santa Claus. Alright, got a little wishy-washy. Yeah, that they're known to hand out very fair verdicts. Alright. Alright, this fire extinguisher was not used. Okay. What is this? It's making a most ridiculous looking face! At least it doesn't look like someone who would tell a lie on purpose. I suppose. Picture of comma, evidence, the only thing that carries any weight. Alright, the poster is useless. Have you found anything suspicious, officer? Just the fingerprints of those involved with the case. Alright. Guess we know all of the players in this case now, then. It would appear that way, but I have the nagging feeling that we're missing something. Okay. Let's keep going. Is there anything at the drinks vending machine, officer? There's a $5 bill back there. Oh, he's trying to get money. He's trying to get money. Alright, so he's not useful. Okay, let's take a look at the vending machine. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. The Swiss roll is $6. Be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. 1 pack for $1.09. Defendant's fresh milk, 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end. For $1.06. They're awfully overpriced. That's what I was saying. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll little girl dropped this from this machine. Yeah, I'm sure it is. It says courthouse special. Doesn't mean no one should be feast during a recess. Can't eat during trial. I suppose the only time to eat them is. Okay. They come in. I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2, after all. In the middle of an investigation, besides, I don't have $6. If you want, we can pull our money and buy a pack together. Francisca doesn't want to split with me. Alright. Do I have to look at all of these food? Do I have to look at all of these food? Looks like this logo is decided through public contest. And the winner was Prosecutor Winston Pay! Man, the guy just always
Objection!
gets shot lying down. Okay.
Objection!
Francisca is having a great time with these names. These food names. You want a pack of these? All you have to do is ask like a normal person. Alright, we have ham sandwich. Don't let the prosecution and the defense make a ham sandwich out of you. Let's see. Alright, let's look at the orange juice. Alright, nothing really comes out of this. Huh. Alright, I think we've looked at everything here. Well, we know that the Swiss rolls is $6 now. I guess that's all that matters. Let's talk to Detective Bad. So we can hear his cool theme. Yeah, can we ask about Detective Gumshoe's movement? Yeah, this is my investigation, okay? Alright, tell me about Detective Gumshoe. Are you the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here? Faraday, the guy was accused, you know? I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me. Well, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong. Wow, Francisca. Francisca. Yeah, apologize for being so rude. Terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. Told them to send somebody over, and that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you send Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad. I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. Told us that Faraday was really mad and that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. Oh, she's definitely the killer. She's definitely the killer. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. Oh, she's definitely the killer. I don't know how she did it yet. So what choice did I have? All I could do is tell the big blood to stand guard outside. I don't know how she did it yet, but I'm pretty sure she did it. I don't know how time did all of that take place. My jelly says she did it. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once. Can you explain? One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't. Detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to? Okay, Francisca's talking, saying he went in lobby number 2. You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It seems that I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Alright, let's talk about the gunshot. You also heard the gunshot, did you not? I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. Well, it is right next to each other. Sorry, that makes sense. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the body. In that order. It makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does. Damn! He dodged her whip! This Detective Bat is so cool! Alright. Damn, Francisca has met her match! Detective Bat is really something that can make Francisca behave. Are we about done? Anything else I should ask him about? Time he heard the gunshot. Can you tell me when you heard the gunshot? It's around the end of the recess and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, the sound of a gunshot hit my ear. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart. Okay, so that's important. We're noting that down. This says that he's someone investigating this crime, or rather that he's keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad May asked that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer. Okay, he doesn't have anything else to say. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Alright, well let's keep... You may no longer be willing to help us, however, may I ask for the forensic scientist cooperation? Do as you like. Alright. Okay, so I don't think he has anything to say. Huh? But nothing to say, okay. Alright, let's investigate a little bit more. I don't think he has anything else to tell us. Alright, let's look at this Benz. There's some ends here, and I'm very curious about it. Okay, so that's the bathroom. Restroom, sorry. So Francisca can't see it because she's short. So I guess the window is quite high. Okay. What is this? pink colored piece of trash made of rubber. Rubber? I feel like I've seen something like this before. And the fact that there's litter or running around with is possibly unforgivable. That's what you're focusing on, Francisca? Alright, she's mad about trash. Understandable. What's this? There's a cactus. I think the needles on this thing would be so sharp. Aw, okay, there's a cactus just hanging out at this windowsill. Interesting. Okay, so we're hanging to that piece of information. Okay, and there's some ants here. I'm very invested in these ants. Ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects their size. Damn, Francisca's making this into a metaphor for the Von Karma name. It's crazy. It's crazy. Alright, what else is here? Alright, so we have some... a pile of ants eating away. And not a single ant slip item. Yeah, here's a whole hill of them. What are they eating? Is that... Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective drawing tab of paper. The ants are eating. When we look and sweet smell pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Stop hitting me, Francisca! I didn't do anything! I didn't do anything! Stop whipping me! I didn't do anything! Alright, what's this? There's a handprint here. Dirt on this bench, it smells like some sort of sweet substance. So we're going around dirtying the courthouse for shame. Take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could. Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench. Then we will know the identity of a mystery slob. Lab tech! Lab tech! Please come find out who this handprint belongs to. Thank you. Got the results of the fingerprint analysis. Fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. So he was sitting down eating a Swiss roll. That's why the judge couldn't see him. Suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. Since that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Ants are pouring out of the holes in the bench as well. I wonder if the inside of this bench consists of nothing but ants. Okay. Alright, I think that's everything here. I don't think there's anything else. I think we've looked at everything. Alright. I don't think there's anything else hallway. So let's do some deduction. Usually it's time for some deduction when I run out of evidence. Okay. A vending machine and the Swiss roll crumbs are probably related. Okay, cool. These bits of chocolate and cake, they not have come from the Swiss roll? The courthouse saw a thing like that. May not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold right over there. The vending machine. Stay neutral as the Swiss stew until the end with these. 2 for $6. Even if that's on the expensive side, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally, after all, I'm here, aren't I? Yes, Franziska, absolutely. It's all because of you. Detective Gumshoe must have sat on his bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and studied the bench. Okay. I'll clean up after himself. How utterly despicable. Yeah, I didn't make the mess. Don't whip me. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, it creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. Well, the Swiss roll is $6. He only had $5 on him. So how is that possible? That he could have gotten the Swiss roll? He only had $5 on him. About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said until this morning he didn't have even a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? Poor. If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. The detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is how? Okay, Swiss roll dropped by the mysterious young girl is priced at 2 for $6. What other deductions can we make? Pink piece of trash. And the windowsill cactus. Oh, they are connected! This pink rubbery substance, I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. Balloon data jotted down my organizer. Okay, investigation complete! I did well! Believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened. You do too? Of course you do, Franziska. Oh, she's not gonna share her findings with us. Alright. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay his honor a visit to correct his testimony. Alright, September 10th, 5:15 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up. You doubt me? Am I your new suspect? No! Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before a Von Karma. Did your tongue get it at you? As a defendant of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want. Very well then. Your testimony, if you please. Alright, here we go. What I saw at recess. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw the detective buying something from the vending machine. Swiss roll. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. Probably because he was sitting on the bench to eat the Swiss roll, which makes him out of the line of sight. Detective that goes missing while on duty. That's mighty suspicious to me. Alright, here we go. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? I'm so used to simply listening to testimony that I got caught up in the excitement. Alright. Alright, here we go. We're gonna have to spoil his fun! Okay. It's suppress his statement about him needing to go to the restroom.
Hold it!
Redundant, but we're gonna do it anyways. On our way exactly to pay a visit to the restroom, if I may ask. Isn't obvious? What else do you go to the restroom for? I knew it. You suspect me of some sort of tomfoolery, don't you? Maybe not. You're right. I need to think things through with a level head. I'm just nervous because so much has happened today with this trial. Announce a recess at a time for us to reconvene. Having done all that, I still wasn't able to go to the restroom right away. Why couldn't you? Mr. Faraday had been accused. I had paperwork to process regarding a new prosecutor. Once I had finished that, I was finally able to make a mad dash to the restroom. A window on the hallway sign, otherwise I could see into the hallway.
Hold it!
Right, let's talk about that a bit more, Your Honor. Did you really go to the men's restroom? What's the meaning of the statement? It simply meant that perhaps you went to a restroom on a different floor. Had to go for such a long time. Okay, he's absolutely sure he went to that restroom. Okay. Okay. I ran from the courtroom through the floors in the main lobby and down the hallway. Once you enter, you can see there's a window just above the urinals. And it was through that window that you witnessed Detective Gumption. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Let's keep going. I enter slowly to try to find something from a vending machine.
Hold it!
Press that a bit more. You sure that the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor? Yes, I'm absolutely sure. It's hard to miss someone of his stature even from far away as the restroom. Besides, I can't think of anyone else with that kind of hairstyle and big beige coat. Makes sense, makes sense. Preposterous! My eyes are sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Although recently things seem to be getting fizzier than used to be. Alright, yeah, clearly his eyes are not the only things that have gone fizzy. He is sure that he saw Gumshoe. Alright. Okay. Let's press the fact that he disappeared. Disappear? Be honest, didn't you just say, I saw that detective buying something from a vending machine? I did. The restroom window looks over the courtyard and right into the hallway. But just as I was about to exit, I took another look and there was no one in sight. That led me to the only solution to this mystery. Detective must have gone into the crime scene lobby number 2 at that point. He looked into the hallway from the restroom. Yeah, but there's a blind spot.
Hold it!
Okay, let's press. Your Honor, I ask that you please remain calm. Oh no, he is so not calm. He's so not calm. Missing line of sight, however, Ms. Gull, why do you suppose our lines of signs are so different? You're referring to my eye? Yeah, hold it for a second, okay? Believe his line of sight to be an important factor. That's important, why don't you hurry up and tell him already? Alright, here we go. I need to retrace detective. Okay. Okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to present. Okay, but let's talk about the bench. Alright, we're objecting with the condescending finger wag again. She knows rude to objection while someone's giving testimony. If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by. Alright, here we go. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is that, Phil? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit of the parties hereby found guilty of uncleanliness? You must know the uncouth bench cellier. has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench, namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not having committing murder had to go dirty the courthouse? No, you're missing the point. Well, it's true that the detective's the one who made the mess on the bench. We had not yet established that this action is related to the double murder. I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and piece of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints proved my conclusion to be true. This whole thing related how I could not see him as I was leaving the restroom. Yes, it is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was unable to see out that window. You're gonna get whipped. You're gonna get whipped. Knew it. You should have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from Ben's restroom. Condescending shrug? Seems that you had made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. That's right, Your Honor. You finally see, Your Honor. The testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Alright, the judge is telling us to hold it! And we will comply. I mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I want to do is try saying it once. Let me try that again. Hold it. Alright, what is it? Alright, he has something to say. I remember something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time. Alright, here we go! Yeah, the more info, the better. What you got for me this time, Judge? What I saw part 2. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective... Wait. Too fast. However, it doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. I forgot to testify about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. Loud bang of a gunshot? It's the testimony of one who judges crime of others. Your Honor, could you try to say the important facts first next time? Yeah! Before you go around judging others, you learn to judge your own words. Alright, here we go. I thought that sound was just a noise pop around town now. Now that he mentions it, right before we started the trial, he did talk about that. Birthday during recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. He did say that! He did mention that! Okay. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway? And whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. So the sound he heard was the balloon popping. Okay. That's the statement about the window. You can see that you were overconfident in your last testimony. You said that it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom this time. I don't think you know when the prints you referenced were left on that bench, do you? True. Well, you have proven that it's possible the detective was sitting. I still have a problem with just when those fingerprints were left. Alright, that's true. Good point. Point to judge. Oh, he feigns ignorance. His Honor has seen a lot implied. This judge, I mustn't underestimate him. Alright.
Hold it!
As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into the hallway? After I called for recess, I handled the change of prosecutor's paperwork. It'd be about 20 minutes until we reconvene. That sounds about right. Just as I expected. Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Because it contradicts Detective Bad. Alright, I think. Only about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Alright, let's keep going. Actually, I need to press that. Let's press that a little bit more.
Hold it!
20 minutes before we reconvene. Very well. What did you do after that? Let's see. I had to make some preparations, so I rushed straight back to the courtroom. Also, I had to track down a few pieces of paperwork for the various bailiffs. She rushed back to the courtroom, so I hadn't heard the gunshot. I didn't think it was a gunshot. Now that this has happened, let's see. Thinking back, the judge did mention something to the fact when we. Okay, let's press.
Hold it!
The bang. Your Honor, about what you just said. But I heard a bang when the gunshot. I heard it loud and clear. Yes, just like this. Alright. Calm down. Please remain calm when you're trying to explain yourself, okay? Thank you. That would be much appreciated. Alright. So, I guess we should present Detective Bad's testimony during when he said he heard the gunshot. Alright, here we go. Alright. Hey. We looked in the hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. According to Detective Bad, he had the gunshot right before the trial was about to begin.
Objection!
So there's a contradiction right there. And I'll allow you to make an objection? What do you mean? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. I've been overruled. Yeah, just this once, Judge. Hi, Johnny. Judge Dude seems silly AF. I like this too. Yeah, he's funny. He's even funnier in the regular Phoenix Wright series. Your Honor, there's simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by member. Just stop trying to say the whole thing. Damn! She tried to whip him! I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Francisca. Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back. Alright. Oh my god, with your height, you need a STEM letter for to accomplish that. Edgeworth, please! Mr. Edgeworth, my years are not that far gone yet. I'll have you know I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. And according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. He just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How to explain this glaring contradiction? Alright, the judge is shocked. Unfortunately, that is the truth. I heard it clear as day. That was on the gunshot. Sound of the gunshot, we kept returning to this point of contention. That piece of evidence, I always did wonder why I found it where I did. It was the balloon popping! Fortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier. Notice that pink substance? It may not look it, but it's actually a piece of a balloon. Let me see. I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon to the court record? Not at this time! Not at this time. Present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there's no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at that time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene to spend at lobby number 2. Am I correct? All right. We're gaining his agreement that we have the right idea. Condescending shoulder shrug. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure the rest on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon to thinking it was a gunshot. That was a good effort you put forth, Mouth Edgeworth. But if it was me, I would have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified. Okay, Franziska. Well, to be honest, I did think that the sound was a bit different from a real gunshot sound. But who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true, one doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. Balloon was baby K's? I want to trade these coins with you. Oh, so that's how he was able to afford a $6 Swiss roll when he only had $5. That $1 came from K. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie on once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy. It's alright, you tried. You tried, Your Honor. Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to it myself that he is released. Yeah, not yet, okay? Not yet. There's still a few things I've yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. Oh, I would just clear his name. Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue my quest for a perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway. Get your years checked, bro? I mean, he is an elderly judge. Oh, so let's give him kind of a little slack for once. For once. Very well, bailiff. Please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this. September 10 District Court, courtroom number 3. What is it now? Is it time for your trial already? No. No, it's not. Just calm down. Yeah, let me be the judge of it. Franziska's gonna judge. Well, no, the judge is going to judge. Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental? The judge is going to apologize for an error in judgment. Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. You have yet to prove he's completely innocent of this crime. Alright, here we go. In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you are on guard duty. And please remember you're not on trial, this is all just a part of the investigation. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony, Franziska will be upon you. I whip object loud and clear. If you're found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understood? Gotcha. Alright, here we go. Looking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. If I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. Alright, here we go. Came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in that hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. Still singing the same tired tune. In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. Alright, here we go. I think he was the K. That's how he got the Swiss rolls, and that's how a balloon popped. Alright, let's press a little bit about the fact that he came down right away. Was it really Detective Bad who called you down here? bet it was, pal. I was left in charge of the precinct while everyone was out and this call comes in. And once you're down here in 1 minute flat, he said. Well, I thought this was my big chance, my first case, so I made a mad dash down here. Okay. Although I couldn't exactly get here in a minute flat. How long did it take you? About 10 minutes. What was Detective Bad doing when you finally made it? He was waiting for me down the first floor in the entranceway. Okay, the two stories line up so far. Okay, let's press about the fact he was ordered to stand guard. And by he, you mean Detective Bad. And this is being my first time at the courthouse. He also walked with me up to the third floor hallway in front of the defendant lobby. Did you meet anyone along the way? Just as we entered the hallway, we ran into Miss Yu. But that also checks out. When he heard from Miss Yu and that Mr. Faraday was not to be interrupted, that's when Detective Bad told me to stand guard in the hallway. So far, Detective Gumshoe's testimony is matching up with Detective Bad's. True. Okay, so let's press the fact that he was in the hallway the whole time.
Hold it!
Claim to have been in the hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in the hallway? You guarded the door to lobby number 2? And what exactly does guarding that door entail? Well, to put it simply, it was my job to stand from the door without moving an inch. And? You meant to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to? Alright. Didn't take a single step away from that door. Digging his own grave here. No one believes him. Shocking. Because we're all in shock and in awe of your utter stupidity. Yeah, Scruffy, if you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one. Gotta get whipped. Not lying. To hurry up and bring in this stupid testimony to a close. Okay. I don't think that matters. Alright, here we go. Let's present the bench with his fingerprints on it.
Objection!
Condescending shoulder shrug. I have an objection. Detective Gumshoe. I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey, it's one of those things, the courthouse special Swiss rolls, right? Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you're also recalled the sullied hallway bench. I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this! Inconsiderate Sylvan pig! Alright, she got whipped. Probably clean up later, I swear. Now then, should we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. Is that really what's the case, and how are we able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls? Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands? Whip! Good job, Francisca. You said Francisca Whip can do more damage than my words alone can. Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself. Thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating on the job, so I didn't want to say anything. Fortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. Clearly saw you buy a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Sorry for lying, but that's all I'm sorry for. So I'm not holding anything else back. Oh, but you certainly are. But you certainly are. You certainly are. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Of course not, but you totally are. Nothing else to hide. Only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it's not! Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $1.06 a pack. And yet, according to you, You didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Let me ask, then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Good how? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that? Bought it by yourself? How? There wasn't anyone else in the hallway with me. You sure about that? No one could have helped me buy it. How did you buy it? So can I prove that there was someone else in the hallway? Yes, I do. What are the chances of that? Yes, I do. Of course I do. What proof do I have? There must have been someone else there? Since we're at court, let's present the balloon, please. Wait, the balloon's not it? And I'm being strung along by the moronic. Okay, wait, what are we going with? It's truly alone, then that piece of evidence should not exist. Oh, are we presenting case with Rose? Yeah, I think you're under the mistaken impression I bought this pack of rolls. I didn't steal it. Yeah, I would never do such a thing. I didn't steal the Swiss rolls. Yeah, what does that say about you, detective? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone. There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but you then gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you? Alright, they ate both of them. Here comes Kay. We didn't let her kick us this time, though. It would appear that we caught you at last. Hey, don't you dare do anything bad to the girl? It would appear that they do know each other after all. So why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow? I have a name and it's Kay. Oh, baby Kay, so cute. Kay Faraday? Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter? Kay, you know, the little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave nasty bruises like the way you do. You shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister. Gummy? I guess that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe. The cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong. Here's that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Alright, well, let's try and talk to her. Like a stray cat. If I should feed her something. Let's give her Swiss rolls.
Take that!
I promise to give this to you if you calm down. Oh, it's this Swiss roll. She's so cute. Really belongs to you though, doesn't it? Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy. Oh no, does she know? Does she know? Does she know? Your father, he's... Just say another word, Hal. She doesn't know yet. Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about that. Oh no, Kay! I overheard the guards talking. Oh no! About how Daddy, how he's not here anymore. No! Oh my god! Kay! Sorry, I couldn't protect him. Not gonna cry. Oh! Okay! Oh! Alright, let it all out. Your father just passed away after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into a fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've just dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. Now to have this happen right in front of me. This child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us. What sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry? Sorry about that. Aww. Here, how about we use this handkerchief here and dry your little eyes? Okay. He grabs his chabot instead. Oh, cravat! Don't blow your nose on that. I feel better now, thanks. Alright. Okay, he's definitely not okay there, man. I know. I see what you did there, though. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Johnny. I see what you did there. Alright, let's talk to Kay now. You're gonna be alright? He didn't want to say okay! I'm already alright. Oh, she's so cute! Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not gonna push it. I promise Daddy I never cry in front of strangers. You're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right? That's right. She's so cute. Even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still gonna keep all my promises. You're a very brave girl, Kay. You're a very good child for keeping the promise you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry just for you. Oh, Francisca! I'm only telling you the truth after all. It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francisca has sympathetic case views. Alright, let's talk about your dad. I'm sorry. What kind of person was your father? Daddy was a hero of justice! His job was to catch all the bad people in the world. Hero prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we're in a sense, as we are the ones who see guilty verdicts. Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would buy me my absolute favorite treat, Swiss roll. Oh, I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy. So I've been working really hard. See, what have you been working hard on? I've been working hard to keep all the promises, Daddy, and I made together all. Has a promises notebook. A promise notebook? May I take a look inside, Kay? Sure. Oh, she's so cute. It appears to be an exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook might just come in handy later. Aww. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father. She's so cute! Gonna try. The detective catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too. Oh, yeah, you're really cool too, Gummy. Oh, she's so cute. I hand out verdicts of justice, so does that make me a hero? Yes, I think you're also heroic testimony. You almost painted that detective as a vile criminal. Francisca! He's sorry. Gummy's not a bad man. Poor judge. He's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. Here's that you and Detective Gumshoe aren't good friends, Kay. Yeah, we're friends. In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? Let's talk about Detective Gumshoe. So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier? Yup. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway, staring really hard at the vending machine, so I said hi. And when was this? Before everything got crazy. Oh, she doesn't know. How long were the two of you together? We only talked for a little while, and then we went our own ways. That's right, pal. Kay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it. Which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess. Isn't that right? Did you stop picking on Gummy? Very well, then. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later. Alright, let's talk about the Swiss rolls. Were you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls? Well, I didn't really have a lot of money. And I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But that still wasn't enough and I really, really wanted one. Come to think of it. Oh yeah, he did come to ask me to change a handful change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct? Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister. Oh, she's so cute. Let me ask, even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct? Yeah, well, that's why. Okay. If you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you. Need I remind you that you're one already under arrest? Detective Gumshoe. I sense that Kay's gonna be less than forthcoming with this question. Sorry about your roughly thing. Yes, well now that it's possibly drenching your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one. Aw, he's such a gentleman! Daddy said, never take things from a stranger. It's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct? See, it's right here on this page. Go anywhere with stranger. Aww. Alright then, I'm not gonna give these to you. I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me next time we meet. Okay, Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers. She's so cute. And he puts on a spare immediately. Now then, Detective Gumshoe. I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little Kay in the hallway. Else, Edgeworth, there's still something you have yet to resolve. So I haven't offered an explanation for why the man would lie to us. Gummy, don't tell me you lied for me. Okay! Don't worry about it, everything's gonna be okay. So that's why. So what was Detective Gumshoe for motive for lying? The reason for lying is very simple. Let me see. With the amount of crime, we're gonna try the hardest to understand. They just have to make sure that everyone follows the rules. Oh, it's because she took money from him to buy the Swiss roll. Here's what I believe to be his reason. The simple observation of detective action and his interactions with Kay. It's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Let's
take that!
Mr. Faraday and Kay's promise notebook. If you could take a look at this page, it's clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, you're so dumb. Gummy, you lied because of me. Because I'm your friend, Kay, that's why. Oh, Dumb and Dumber, BFF! At long last, Dave Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? There's no beating you. Alright, here we go. I've been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry and that snack vending machine was taunting me. But all the cash you had on you was $5 and that wasn't enough to buy anything. After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $1 6-pack of Swiss rolls. Yeah, but then like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up. I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll. But I only had about $1 in coins. So we pulled my $5 and her $1 together and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together. But I was worried about breaking one of my promises, so then Gummy said, Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad, but don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell. Besides, you bought it with me, so you didn't really get it from me, you know? Told me it'd be okay. Gave me a whole roll to save and give to Dad. Aww. Who knew this scruffy could be so considerate? Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together? Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget it as long as I live, alright? Anyway, hey, I believe this also belongs to you? Oh, that's from the balloon I popped. That mannerly garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on the windowsill where you couldn't see it. Oh, Francisca's so nice to Kay! It's so sweet. Just this once, I forgive you. That balloon, I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. And because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss roll. Aww. So I thought maybe I should get Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy. So you kicked me, is that it? Sure, a feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister. It's alright, I'm perfectly unharmed. But about the Swiss roll. Would be alright with you? I held on to until Detective Gumshoe was clear of all charges and free to go. Oh, she's so cute, was she not? She says, yeah, sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay? Of course, I promise. Now then, believe I have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty, which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murder.
Objection!
Alright, Miss Yu is here. Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime. Quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss Yu. Going off again. That girl is kind of full of people. Alright, go off! You're wrong, Lady Gummy's not the bad guy. It's Callisto, that girl in Mr. Faraday's. Oh, she knows. She knows. I think that just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild around the crime scene. I think it's actually quite dangerous for her to speak nothing of getting underfoot. I suppose you're right, however. As long as we're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time. You see, isn't it obvious that it could only be the detective? He's the only person who could have gone into lobby number 2 at the time of the murders. That is true. Already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest. The investigation is far from over. I was going to speak with you about that. Do you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard? But as someone with more experience in the law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on the criminal or you may regret what comes to you of your negligence. Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a disciple from Karma. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the result of your investigation. So we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all of the circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect, where Detective Bat and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. To be continued! And we wrapped it up! Well, we finished this section right at the 3-hour mark. So we're gonna save here. I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna save here. And we're gonna go back to the title. Go back to the title. And then we will return. We'll return to solve the murder of Mr. Faraday. Next Ace Attorney stream. This case seems wild. Most Ace Attorney cases are pretty wild. Good game, Ariel. Thank you, Johnny. But that is it for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. We just solved the mystery of the hallway. Now we just need to solve the mystery of the crime. We'll be back on Saturday at 7 p.m. PDT for more Persona 3 Reload. So I will see you guys then. Hello, Kiski. Hello. But yeah, that is it for tonight. Have a great day or a great night wherever you are. I appreciate y'all for coming. I will see you at my next stream. Good night, and I will see you next time. Bye.